So the chief of police in Sydney, Australia said that the police in Australia are the arbiters of what is the truth on the internet. She says that Australia must take legal action against what they call quote unquote disinformation that is on the internet, as if that was her responsibility. And Australia, their court system said that Australia can criminally prosecute anything that happens on the internet. Doesn't matter where it is or what happened anywhere around the world, as if Australia, or according to them, any government has legal jurisdiction over the internet. And I got so mad when I saw that. I got really, really, really angry. Like, really angry. Where sometimes I get so angry that I get a sharp pain in my chest. And I get lactic acid that builds up in my heart. And it's there it lingers sometimes up to a week. Because the muscles, they're deprived of oxygen. And they're trying to, my body's got to repair that damage now. Like staying away from the news cycle is actually good for my health. I mean, the news cycle just makes me so angry that it's detrimental in my health because of what's happening. It makes me angry because I can clearly see the causal chain of what will happen based on the elites, their philosophy that they have. It's this idea that the government is responsible for, who has rights, like, it's quote unquote our rights, this idea that our rights come from the government, which means they're not rights, they're just privileges, right? And of course, it makes me really angry because I can see where that leads. I can clearly see how that type of thinking and those policies would lead to the tyranny of, let the government abuse you as much as they want to, and there's no accountability, no recourse of action. There's no accountability right now as it is. No accountability. These people need to be held accountable. She needs to be kicked out of her position. There has to be a petition in Sydney, Australia to, what's the word for that? Like, recall her. I don't know the system in Australia, I don't know if it's anything like here in the United States, but if it's in the United States, the citizenry can collect signatures and they can recall this person and hold a special election. Now, granted, the other, the opposition side of, those politicians, I'm sure are probably just as stupid as what you have now, but at least there's some accountability. At least they know that they could possibly lose their jobs. This is also a great opportunity for people not to just, implement some degree of accountability, but to actually run for office. Somebody has to disagree with what is going on. Somebody in the Sydney Police Department has to say, this is not what the police department is about. We don't censor the internet. We're here to protect the lives and the property of the citizens of Sydney, Australia. You can't, how could you let things get that bad? I mean, things are bad here in the United States, but they're not quite as bad as they are in Australia. We have a federal government that cares absolutely nothing for the citizens of the United States. They just gave away billions of dollars to foreign countries, and not 1 cent was spent on protecting the southern border, where we're basically having an invasion right now as we speak. These people have to be held accountable. And I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you can either control your environment or have your environment control you.